Hey, this is Joe Gilder from HomeStudioCorner.com, coming at you with a different look in this video, both the haircut and the lack of the fancy camera and fancy microphone. But we had some technical difficulties with this video, so I'm reshooting on my phone. Yay! Something different. Okay, today I want to talk about the 3-year rule. Now, what is this 3-year rule? Well, if you are ever, when you're considering buying something, I know how it is. If you're like me, you'll obsess over it. You'll look on every website you can find. You'll absorb every piece of information about the gear. And then the more you obsess over it, the more likely you are to buy it. And there's something I think you should add to that process. Another piece of criteria that you should use to weigh your decision of whether or not you're going to buy something. And I call it the 3-year rule. I heard about this when I worked at Sweetwater. One of my coworkers was talking about this with a customer, and it made a lot of sense. If you don't see yourself using that piece of gear in 3 years or 5 years from now, then don't buy it. Because it's just probably a waste of time and a waste of money for you. So if it's a temporary piece, if it's kind of a stopgap just to get you through whatever you're working on, but you don't really see yourself using it long term, it's probably not the best use of your time and money. Maybe you can borrow an equivalent piece of gear to get through whatever you're doing and save that money and have it go towards something you really want and you really will be using years from now. A good analogy for this is a guitar. Let's say you wanted a guitar with humbucker pickups. Let's say all you have is single coil, Strat, and Tele type sounds, and you need that Les Paul sound. Well, you could go buy a little $200 Les Paul knockoff, right? You could do that, and you could get some sounds out of it. But would it sound better if you saved up your money and got maybe an Epiphone Les Paul, or maybe you got a Gibson Les Paul, one of the Les Paul Studios like I have? Would that make more sense, and would that be a better long-term investment? Yes. So, although I do preach on not obsessing over gear and putting all your eggs in that gear basket, I do think, obviously, we need to buy stuff. We need to have our studios filled with gear that we can use to make music, but when you are making those decisions and when it comes time to buy something, try out the 3-year rule. If you don't see yourself using it in a year, 2, 3 from now, maybe it's not the best choice. Maybe you can move on to something else. Okay, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.